Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. By Aflac, we've got you under our wing. And by Northrop Grumman, the information systems powerhouse. Lots of fun at the ballpark, always for the kids, and hopefully the big kids in those white uniforms will have some fun tonight. Always good to get back home after a rough road trip, and the Nats against the Braves tonight. Here's a look at the Southwest.com lineup for Atlanta. Nate McLouth is their newest player, former Pirate. How about that? 2 former Pirates leading off tonight. And then there's Chipper, who's always had a good slugging percentage in Washington, whether it's RFK or Nationals Park. He's batting .291, and Chipper Jones is on a 4-game hitting streak. Ross Detweiler against the Braves. Rob, club hitting .259, 6th in the league. Let's see if he can get that first one at home. The road has been a struggle, and the first pitch of the game is a fastball high.
Yes, the road definitely has been a struggle for Ross Detweiler, and he just needs to try to repeat that delivery tonight and attack the strike zone.
Ball game right on time at 6:35. Just a few clouds in the sky, sunshine in the ballpark. It's gorgeous tonight. Bouncing ball right side to his left. Guess who? Willie Harris, and a great pick by Nick Johnson for the first down. I think tonight we see an indication that Willie will play even with Niger Morgan in center field. And here's Rob on Ross.
PNC Bank scouting report on Ross Detweiler. What time is it? Well, it's dinner time. It's time to find that plate. 17 walks and 11 in his last 4 starts, and a lot of that has translated to earned runs. Not in my house. This is his house. He's got a 3.6 ERA here, and as Bob said, an 8.4 on the road.
Another bouncing ball. Martin Prado. Willie Harris getting a workout. 2 outs. So defensively, you'll be able to see that now that Niger Morgan's in center field. Willie Harris will still find a way, if Maniacta has anything to do with it, to get into the lineup and get playing time. He's up the middle with Guzman, Josh Willingham, and Adam Dunn flanking Morgan. Josh Bard back in the lineup tonight, and there's Niger Morgan. As Rob told you, no errors this year, which is huge. .76 degrees. It's beautiful in the ballpark. And a good crowd gathering. A lot of folks still coming down from the Navy Yard station. And Detweiler throws it by Chipper Jones. Ross Detweiler had his major league debut 1 inning at Atlanta against these Braves a year ago September. Obviously his first career start against Atlanta.
Well, and I think the key right now for Ross is it's really hard to see. It's an earlier start time, 6:30. Still some shadows out there on the field, but for the hitters, with his blazing fastball, just attack these guys right now. Have some fun with them the first trip through the lineup.
'20-year veteran Mike Winters has the plate tonight. The crew chief Jerry Lane, 21 years. Tony Randazzo, Chris Guccione on the bases. Chipper Jones, 8th in the league with 45 walks. Brian McCann had some early offensive struggles because of his eyes. He's been seeing the ball better and doing better lately, so Chipper's starting to get a little bit of that protection he needs in the lineup. Ooh, a good changeup, just missed. 3-2.
See where this pitch is on Northrop Grumman's pitch track. Well, right at the last second, broke out of the strike zone.
Chipper drills one to right center. Niger Morgan, hello. Woo. Welcome to Washington. I didn't think there was any way he could get there. That's what you call an immediate dividend. lineup. Now watch Nigel Morgan come up and get a base hit after he just took an extra base hit away from Chipper Jones. Interesting lineup. Christian Guzman down in the number 6 spot. Josh Bard and Willie Harris were flip-flopped by Manny Acta, 7 and 8 respectively, just before game time. And hopefully some runs out there. Kenshin Kawakami is the first Japanese-born player in the history of the Braves franchise. And right now he's 4 and 6. He's about to make his 15th start.
Let's give you the PNC Bank scouting report on Mr. Kawakami. Martin Brodeur would love this guy. In his last 10 straight starts, he has allowed 3 runs or less. He is very hard to score on. In his last start against the Yankees, he only lasted 3 innings. You know why? Because Jabba Chamberlain hit a line shot off his neck. And then 8th day of the week, he is pitching on 8 days rest because of that neck injury.
Yeah, the Braves guys told me that was pretty scary. An inch or 2 either way could have been really dangerous, maybe fatal. Here's Nigel Morgan hitting .277, .351 on base average in 71 games with the Pirates. He'll take a walk now and then, 29 of them. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. He had 6 doubles, 5 triples.
Well, honestly, the last guy I've seen in this league with that kind of speed, besides Kenny Lofton, was Deion Sanders, and I played with Deion in Cincinnati for a year.
He showed bunt, and then the pitch was low and inside. That had Chipper Jones shading in from third. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And it's not just speed either, Bob. It's getting a good jump on the ball. It's just something that it's a reaction. You know what's happening out there. And you see him in his 3rd season, .286 batting average. Not a lot of pop, but you wouldn't expect that from a smaller, fast guy. He's a slasher.
3-1. The worst thing Kawakami could do would be to walk him to lead off the bottom of the 1st. .3-1 pitch. See how selective he is. Pretty selective. He takes it down the middle. And that's okay. A lot of guys aren't comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Some are. He'll take the walk on a full count. So he makes a great defensive play, forces the opposing pitcher to throw 6 pitches to him, and now he's aboard. Braves defensively in the bottom 5 in the league. Jeff Rancourt, one of the great outfield arms in baseball, 65 assists since he became a big leaguer in '05, more than any other outfielder. You might notice Kelly Johnson's not around. He's on the DL with right wrist tendonitis. They called up Brooks Conrad, a reserve infielder, for him today, and Martin Prado plays second base. How long before they turn him loose? Now, Manny Acta does not always control the running game from the dugout. He tells us there are certain players on this team who have the green light to go when they think they can make it.
How about the guy who's got almost as many steals as our entire team? He got the green light?
Yeah. He has been caught 10 times this year, but he really revved up the running game in the month of June, stealing 8 bases for the Pirates.
Well, he said most of those caught stealings, though, he was picked off, more so than thrown out at second. So since there's not a left-hander on the mound, I don't think Kawakami's got that good a move to throw him out.
So once he gets going, everything's fine.
Yeah.
There he goes. Good jump. He is in there. He got a great jump on Kawakami. And Nigel Morgan now has one of the Nationals' 29 steals this year. Can a guy have a better debut?
Well, it's his first step. It's so quick. You get it as soon as that the pitcher lifts up his front leg to go home. He's off and running, and there you see Nigel like a football player. Try to go through Escobar and get him out of the way. He almost slid into left field. He was running so fast.
He tried to hold on to the bag
with his feet,
and he ended up with his left foot on the bag. His left side of his body went right over the top of it. So Nick Johnson could put the Nats on top with just a base hit. Nick is 2 for his last 28. Did have a couple of walks in Florida on Wednesday. And obviously Kawakami has been bothered here.
Well, and that's exactly why you like speed, because first of all, A, you can't teach it, and B, it'll drive you crazy as a pitcher, because now he's more worried about what Niger's doing than Nick Johnson.
Yeah.
It's exactly why you like that.
By the way, in the East, the Marlins are tied for first place with the Phillies. The Mets a game back, Atlanta 2 back. The Braves have won 4 in a row. And they really had the bats out in their series at Philadelphia. The Pirates has got a first inning home run from Brandon Moss at Florida, leading there. Morton and Volstad. It's Livan Hernandez pitching for the Mets at Philadelphia. Nick Johnson takes a fastball up. Rodrigo Lopez throwing for the Phillies. McCann trying to frame that pitch to get a strike call. This afternoon, Cubs in 10 beat Milwaukee 2-1. Yankees beat Toronto 4-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick. They're going to ring him up. Mike Winters, a bit of a delayed call. Nick Johnson doesn't get called out on strikes very much. 1 out.
Northrop Grumman right here. Let's see where that pitch ends up. Well, it looked like it went through the box and out the back door down low.
Northrop Grumman, the information systems powerhouse.
What do we say, Bob? As long as it's consistent, we have no problem with it. Give it to our guy if you're going to give it to their guy.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. First pitch pop up left side. There's a breeze blowing, but that's not going to help. Situational hitting has been really bad by the Nats lately. You had a runner at second and nobody out, and 2 batters later, he's still there. Here's Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn's homered against Kawakami in this ballpark this year. Adam Dunn with a 6th inning leadoff homer on Tuesday, April 21st. And the Nats would go on to score 3 runs in that inning and beat the Braves that night 4-3. That was Chiron Martis' 2nd win. Dunn's hit 20. He's driven in 56. You like his chances of making the All-Star team?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
He's working that outside corner pretty well. 298 home runs with 20 this year. 3rd in the league in walks. 4-game hitting streak. Adams 5 for his last 15. They don't put a real big shift on. Martin Prado is not in right field like a lot of teams are.
Could be why they're pitching him away.
Yep.
A lot of fastballs away so far to Adam Dunn. Trying to get him to go to left field, if possible.
Not that many hits to left field. A couple of them are home runs, of course. But Kawakami has him 0-2. Adam has fanned 87 times.
Look at the lead Rangers getting off without Kawakami even being on the rubber.
And he has Escobar right behind him.
Yep, that is confidence.
Changeup, and he misses over below. Ball 1 to Dunn.
Well, to a very good base stealer like a Niger Morgan, unless he has to dive back, then he doesn't feel he's getting a big enough lead. So if he has to dive back and get back there on a dive, then he's out there far enough.
Wow, that thing bounced at least 5 or 6 feet in front of home plate. And the count's 2-2. Good crowd gathering tonight. They're still coming in through the center field plaza. Day game tomorrow for the 4th of July. Then the great fireworks display on the Capitol Mall. We'll have fireworks after the ball game here tonight. Lots of activity in the ballpark. Now, hopefully, something on the scoreboard. 2-2 to Dunn. Low and inside.
I just have the feeling they're gonna take the bat out of Adams' hand if they can. You know, not pitch to him. You got a righty on deck. You got a base open, even with 2 outs. It's the unintentional, intentional walk.
Yeah, if he sees a fastball anywhere near the plate, it'd first of all be a mistake. Secondly, he should be wailing. Three-two pitch. Just below the knees.
And I got one right there.
That was strike 3 the night Randy Johnson was pitching, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And the Nats have 2 on 2 out. We got some game notes for you. Josh Willingham coming in. He's been hot, and he was on base a whole lot in that Florida series. In fact, Josh was on base 7 times against the Fish. Nats have played the Braves tough the last 2 years, 6 in a row here. How about that? And we talked about Martin Prado. He's a big reason Kelly Johnson is not the second baseman right now. So it's not exactly Florida over Washington proportions, but the Nats have had the advantage over the Braves here. Willingham at 288. Outside, and Kawakami is going to have a long first inning. He's had 18 pitches.
And he can walk a few. He walked 4 against Philadelphia, 4 against San Francisco, and that was in 6 innings and 5 2/3.
7 in 2 games against the Nats earlier this year, covering just 11 innings.
And then before the Yankees, 3 3 against the Orioles and the Red Sox.
He hadn't given up a thing
innings
to the Yankees when he got hit by that line drive. On the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Struggling on the road, the opponent's hitting almost 300 against him. Strikeouts down, which is unusual. Willingham's been going well. Big spot for Josh here. That's a tailing, sinking fastball. Got under his bat. 1-2.
Well, the impressive thing, though, is in 14 starts, the Braves are 6-8. Look at Derek Lowe, the big money pitcher. In his 17 starts, the team is 9-8, almost 500. So, you know, for a 3 or 4 guy in the Braves rotation, for them to be 6-8 in his games, that's not bad.
3 runs or fewer on the earned side in each of his last 10 starts. Interesting to see Christian Guzman. I don't ever remember him as a Nat batting at this part of the batting order, number 6. Usually 1 or 2. Manny jumbling things up, trying to get Guzman out of a 1 for 18. If he gets up there this inning, Rick Eckstein told me he's been swinging the bat great, and he was out for early BP today. Fastball that jammed Willingham, and Josh fought it off.
There's Rick Eckstein.
His offense hitting .258. Now that's 7th in the league. Despite the recent struggles, the Nationals are still a much better offensive ball club than they were last year. Big gap in right center. Willingham pretty much a pull hitter, except when he gets jammed and fights one off. He'll pull that ball into left field. Nyjer Morgan, no doubt he's going to score, and the Nationals plate that important first run.
Well, it's a fastball up in the zone. Too much of the zone. And Josh Willingham crushes it into left field.
And Josh Willingham is now batting in the 290 range. He's had an amazing last month or so. Here's Guzman. This is interesting now. You have a line drive contact hitter with 2 men on base. A lot of times you have a strikeout guy up there in a situation when you're in the number 6 spot. Fastball on the corner.
Well, pitch number 24, so give the hitters a lot of credit, making Kawakami throw a lot of pitches early.
And that was the Nationals' first base hit. Nice to get that to go along with the 2 walks around the steal. Braves start tonight 38-40. They're 17-19 on the road, 15-10 in the East. They played pretty well in the division. They've won 4 straight. And the Nats trying to prove their home record of 13-25. And the foul tip will make it 1-2.
That couldn't have felt very good for Brian McCann.
You see, Brian's got the glasses on. He's had his share of ailments this year.
Yeah, I mean, blurred vision, not only as a hitter, but as a catcher.
Hard to imagine.
Yeah, guys throwing, especially Soriano and Gonzalez at the end of ball games, they both throw upwards of 100 miles an hour. That cannot be. That's frightening, actually, to think about it. Foul tip right back at you. You can't see it.
Way inside the Guzman. Then you wonder how he ever sees Derek Lowe's sinker well enough to catch it where a catcher wants to, and that's in the pocket. Catchers will tell you that sinker ball guys are hard to catch because they can never get the ball in the middle of the mitt. Two-two pitch.
I like the way Brian McCann sets up. Takes a little bit of time. He creeps out to his position, and then he puts a big glove up there. Reminds me a lot of Joe Oliver. I was very blessed to have a huge 6'4", 230-pound catcher back there for most of my career. And you watch him. He's watching the hitter, watching the guy on first. Now you're going to watch him kind of creep out there at the end and put up a big glove. As a pitcher, you're trying to pick apart pieces of the catcher, but when a guy's as big as McCann, it kind of gives you a little bit more to look at.
Well, this will be interesting. Both runners will be moving. Adam Dunn at second, Josh Willingham at first. Not fast runners, so the head start will help them if Guzman can get a base hit.
His next pitch will be number 30.
It's a 3-2 with 2 men aboard. Guzman will take a strike. Striking out without swinging the bat, and the Nats settle for a run on a hit and 2 walks.
Defense in the first inning, he was in the Nats outfield. He catches that double and steals it away from Chipper Jones. Then he walks, steals second base. And on a 2-out single by Josh Willingham, I think that's the fastest run we've ever scored.
His uniform's dirty already. You got to like that.
Oh, yeah. What a nice young man. You and I had a chance to visit with him as we were circling around the airport here in D.C. the other night. We got plenty of time to talk to Sean Burnett and Nigel Morgan.
There was bad weather to the south of us here. The Nationals plane circled for a while. Then we had to go to Raleigh-Durham to refuel before we could land coming up from Florida. Just more time to bond together and
eat more sweets.
Eat more and talk to our new players.
Boy, those flight attendants. Okay, we're going to circle some more. So you want another candy bar? How about some more lifesavers?
1-1 strike to Brian McCann. McCann, Escobar, and Diaz for the Braves in the top of the second. McCann not doing that one-eyed look at the pitcher. He's got the head fully turned toward Ross Detweiler. Hey, you can't argue with his success. He's batting .309. The 1-2 pitch is low and away. None of that. He's right up there. Arguably the best catcher in the league over the last 3 years. That's what he does. Down the line. This could be interesting. Willingham to second base, but it's way offline. A good throw would have had a shot. Leadoff double for McCann. And he's the kind of hitter when he's going well. He's not bothered by left-handers.
Like you said, Bob, he sits in there well. Now he's got clarity with the vision. Head down on the ball. Jammed him a little bit, but he still got around on that fastball so quickly that he pulled it down the right field line.
McCann came into that at bat hitting .238 against lefties, .330 against right-handers. That's a good bunt by Escobar. Detweiler plays it well and had to throw a pill to Nick Johnson to get him out.
Yes, he did.
Well, for those of you who might have tuned in, waiting to see Rob and I on camera telling you about tonight's game, been there, done that. This was a 6:35 start. Top of the second, Nationals lead 1-0. Debbie Taylor with us as well tonight. And the Nats on the board early thanks to Nigel Morgan and Josh Willingham. Here's Matt Diaz. The Nats play the corner infielders even with their bags. Although Nick Johnson's about 25 feet off of first. And he ground ball to Guzman or Harris will tie this game. Matt Diaz has driven in 20. This guy's hot, 7 for his last 11. Firestone is a tradition of innovation. Rookie starters. How many innings? A's first, Nats second. And the Braves are on this list as well. Although is a guy 34 years old from Japan really a rookie?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you make him carry your bags and get the soda and gum and stuff during the game when he's not pitching.
Okay. So you would know the inside clubhouse things that truly make a guy a rookie.
Absolutely.
Fastball up. 1-2.
Well, you remember Jim Morris when he came up with the Rays, or they were the Devil Rays back then, and he was what, like a 36-year-old rookie?
Yeah. That's still one of my favorite baseball movies.
Yep.
I got a chance to meet him years ago. What a nice man. 2-2. Matt Diaz, another one of those really good guys out of Florida State. Jeff Francoeur, local boy down in Georgia next. Diaz has an interesting setup. He sets up standing almost straight up before he really gets down and attacks the ball. Breaking ball had him fooled, but it was out of the zone. 3-2.
Well, everybody does weird things. We saw Kevin Youkilis does some strange things before he actually sets up, and this is just kind of his trigger to get to the next thing, which is to settle down, and you see him bend the legs.
That'll tie the game. Morgan over to get it.
7 for 11.
He was.
He's 8 for 12 now.
Matt Diaz with his 21st RBI, and he has a 4-game hitting streak. So the Braves play some small ball. Bobby Cox, this is interesting. He had his number 5 hitter bunting on the road in the 2nd inning. Of course, Escobar is a guy who used to bat first or second, so he is a good bunter, but that's unusual to have your number 5 guy do that. Pays off, and here's Frank Gore, who has really struggled at the plate for the better part of 2 years now. .239 last year. And they even sent him down to Mississippi AA club for 3 days to try to get things straightened out. But he's been kind of an enigma lately for the Braves. 43 strikeouts, only 12 walks. Guzman's the hardest guy in the ballpark to walk. This is the 2nd hardest. You make a mistake, though, he'll kill it. And he got pretty frisky on 2-0.
Bob, this may be one of the reasons why Bobby Cox was trying to get an early run. Prior to 2 starts ago, before the New York one against Boston, Kawakami had received only 24 runs of support while he was in a game, the lowest total of any pitcher in the major leagues this season. So how about that? Poor guy can't get anybody to score him runs. He's not giving up any runs, and he still can't win.
Yeah. Now it's turning into a long inning for Ross Detweiler. Frank Gore's bounced into more double plays than any Brave, 10. That was Casey Kochman, the first baseman, next. And that ball hit a long way to center. Morgan back. He's there. He got back there so quickly, he was waiting for that ball. 2 outs. Do you think a center fielder can save you some runs?
Well, and this is the thing right here. If you have speed, you're taught, go back, get to the fence, and then look for the ball. And that's exactly what he did. He went out to the warning track, and he sees the ball, and now, okay, I can stop and slow down because it's coming up to me. And that's just great center field defense right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this ball club is no longer looking for a center fielder. Now he'll run over to left center a bit for Casey Kochman. Lefty-lefty matchup, and this ball will go right to Morgan, who charges it. 2 on, 2 out. And for the Braves, that'll get their pitcher up here in the top of the 2nd. Get your family fun pack tickets, still available for Sunday. $14 upper right field terrace ticket, or $25 for the lower bowl either side of the ballpark. With each ticket, a hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, and chips. 2 tickets per purchase, a minimum 2 per purchase. Pre-game autographs, and the kids run the bases after the game. We'll do it again Sunday. Kawakami has 3 hits this year. 3 for 21. And Ross Detweiler, after an 11-pitch first inning, has thrown 20 here. And this would be a bad sin to walk the pitcher.
Well, I didn't want to seem repetitive or redundant, but repeat the delivery. I could have said that as one of the things to look for. Once again, he throws across his body. He's falling over towards first base instead of coming towards and having his momentum come towards home.
Oops.
And finishing for Ross is probably the most important piece to the puzzle. And I'm sure that Steve McCatty thinks the same thing.
Kawakami might be taking another. Oh my, bases loaded.
That might get a visit by the pitching coach.
It should. Here's our base running bunch. Matt Diaz at third, drove in a run. McCann, who had doubled. Kochman singled up the middle. And then Kawakami, the pitcher. And that, by the way, was the first time he has walked in his brief major league career. So now you're dealing with Nate McLouth, whose transaction the folks in Pittsburgh are still upset about. Traded to Atlanta June 3rd for right-hander Charlie Morton, lefty Jeff Locke, and infielder Gorkys Hernandez. For the Pirates, well, overall he came in hitting .259. 12 homers, 45 RBIs. He's around .260 with the Braves. In 21 games, bounced out to second his first time up. And a touch pitch for the first strike. A front door breaking ball.
Well, I'm sure Steve McCatty said, hey, listen, you need to start pitching and stop throwing, and that's what I think he was doing in this inning. Just a lot of throwing his pitches instead of locating, hitting his spots.
Well, if you're the hitter now, he's just thrown 2 breaking balls. The bases are loaded, so I wouldn't be surprised to see McLouth sitting dead red here. It's a fastball, and he was after it. And Ross Detweiler threw it by him, 1-2.
Well, he's already had 4 3-ball counts in this ball game.
One game. And he'll keep it that way, striking out Nate McLouth. After Bard leads off, Willie Harris will be up in the bottom of the second. He's been Mr. Excitement in center field on the bases and all over the place lately.
AT held his 3rd closed-door meeting of the season. His message to the players was that they played well enough in Baltimore and Florida to beat both those teams on the recent road trip.
We did play good enough to win in Baltimore and Florida. If we would have done a couple of things different, or a couple of things would have gone our way. So I just wanted to make sure they know that they are playing better, and we just got to keep it up and forget about these 2 last series.
Manny also said today that the issue of the team's situational hitting struggled was addressed earlier this week in Miami. Bob?
Yeah, there were still some glitches on that. The Nats stranded 13 runners in their 5-3 loss on Wednesday. That's a ball game that could have been put away by the 5th inning. Here's Josh Bard, Willie Harris to follow, then Detweiler, bottom of the 2nd. Josh Bard hits the ball a long way to right center. 2 outfielders under it, and the call by Nate McLouth. Nate McLouth is not always a spectacular center fielder, but how about this? He hasn't made a single error this year. Josh Bard came into that at bat hitting .280, and here's Willie Harris at .245, but his recent trend has been very good. Willie's hitting .324 his last 10 games. Didn't take Manny long to make good on his vow that Willie Harris will be playing somewhere, even with Niger Morgan coming to this ball club. Harris rips it to center. McLouth over, and it's off of his glove. He got to it and didn't catch it.
I'll be interested to see how this is ruled.
They've already posted a hit on the board. You hit the ball hard, you get rewarded.
This is a shot by Willie Harris right here on our XMO. And it just looks like Nate McLouth took a bad route, went back on it, tried to come in on it, and wasn't able to come up with it.
Here's Ross Detweiler, 0 for 10. Now, if the runner's at first and one out, it's definitely a bunt situation, but you might as well have him swing away here and hope he gets lucky. But the important thing is for Willie Harris, if a line drive does not go through, he has to hang at the bag. You cannot get doubled off here with Niger Morgan on deck. Fastball outside, 2-0. That's a generous strike call. Looked up and in for a moment. Tie ball game, bottom of the second. Then a 2-1 to Detweiler. Ball 3 as he missed away.
Let's check out the last pitch, Bob. See what the pitch track has to say on this 3-1 pitch. That's a little up. He likes Kawakami for some reason. And
that's off the glove of Harris. Or pardon me, Prado. Here comes Harris, and the Nats have the lead. Ross Detweiler gets his first major league hit, his first major league RBI, and it's a go-ahead run batted in.
This is why you swing the wood if you're a pitcher. You never know what's going to happen. He gets a fastball up. Our XMO, a beautiful shot of Prado not being able to come up with the play. And that will be the go-ahead RBI that the Nationals were looking for early in the ball game.
It appeared that Prado might have even overreached the ball. It hit the heel of his glove and got in behind him. And when the ball got slowed down that much, Willie Harris didn't need much to score. Here's Niger Morgan. Breaking ball that bounced and almost hit his foot. Niger Morgan grew up in the San Francisco area.
Look at that, right off the glove.
Yeah, see
off
where it
the
hits?
heel because no, I think it went right underneath him.
He deflected it.
He did
behind him.
He did deflect it, but you're right. He jumped over it.
Morgan left his Northern California home at the age of 16 to play junior hockey in Canada. Made it as far as the major junior level with the Regina Pats of the WHL. He describes himself as a hockey player who wasn't a big scorer, not very skilled, but he didn't mind getting in the corners a little bit.
Mixing it up?
Yeah, he liked to mix it up a little bit.
He looks like a scrapper.
6 foot 175, so with skates on, he'd be 6'3". 2 years of junior college baseball at Walla Walla in Washington. And the Pirates signed him in the 33rd round of the 02 draft. Breaking ball and a little tapper over to the right side, Casey Kochman. That's only the second out, and another runner, Detweiler, in scoring position. And a chance for Nick Johnson. The Nats had 2 hitters left-handers against a right-handed batter who struck out looking with men on base in the first inning. Nick and Christian Guzman. Another fairly long inning here for Kawakami. First pitch breaking ball. When Kawakami pitched in Japan, he had nearly a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio over the years.
He's probably finding it a little bit different to pitch away from contact in this league.
There's some contact, and now Ross Detweiler is going to score his first major league run. Between Morgan and Detweiler, a night of firsts in the first 2 innings here, and the Nationals lead 3-1, and there's some situational hitting for you.
There you go. In Japan, they teach the pitchers to pitch away from contact, so he's been all over the place with his command tonight. Came into tonight in less than 70 innings pitched and over 30 walks. Nick Johnson takes that fastball. He wasn't going to take another fastball like he did in the first at bat, and he just smacks it up the middle for an RBI single with 2 outs.
Zimmerman steps in. First pitch swinging, fouled out to Chipper Jones first time. Well, they tell us as broadcasters never start a story with 2 outs. But I just have to ask you, why do they teach them to pitch that way over there? Is it because of the smaller ballparks?
Smaller ballparks, and there's a lot more contact guys than power guys. There's more guys like Ichiro and Fukudome and you know, all the guys that have come over here in the last few years. Shinjo, a lot of these Japanese players.
Kaz Matsui would be one of those guys.
It's a different style of ball game.
Now Zimmerman's going to foul out to the other side of the park. Good inning for the Nats. A run on 3 hits. Detweiler in the middle of the whole thing, and Nick had an RBI as well. Of innovation, and by Nike. It's about you. Having a good time out there in the Red Loft in the Red Porch area on this Friday night. That's the Friday night place to be. This copyrighted telecast, and we're glad you're in front of your television, presented by authority of the Washington Nationals, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Beautiful night at the park, and the Nats are on top by 2. Martin Prado against Detweiler. It's a nice cool evening, so hopefully that trip around the bases did not bother Ross at all. Driving in 1 run, scoring another. And there's a strike to Prado, who bounced out to Willie Harris first time up.
Well, what you want to do if you're Ross Detweiler right here is put up a big goose egg, keep the momentum in your dugout. You don't want to start walking guys, especially the leadoff guy right here, and get into a jam early in this inning.
Remember, Steve McCaddy told Rob Dibble recently he likes something to happen no later than the third pitch of the at-bat. So that was a 2-1, then the foul ball. McCaddy very aware of pitch counts, but not in terms of how many pitches you're thrown. How many does it take you to get an out? And he doesn't want it to be too many.
Doesn't care about strikeouts.
Pittsburgh leads at Florida, and they have a rain delay in the first inning. It's 4-0.
Well, and the bottom line is, too, with Ross Detweiler, listen, you're in the major leagues. This isn't an instructional league. You're out there to try to get the team wins, and have 1 win in 8 starts.
That ball falls right beyond the reach of Nick Johnson. Second consecutive inning, the Braves have a leadoff double. So Prado has a 4-game streak, and he's 8 for his last 14.
I mean, remember that kid Fausto Carmona with the Indians? Well, Fausto got sent down to the minor leagues. Won 18 games a couple of years ago. Your job up here is to get your team in a position to win ball games. And as I said before, during that hit by Prado, 1 win in 8 starts. You know, that's not a good percentage for Ross. So he's got great stuff, but he's got to find a way to get to the 6th and 7th inning and give his team an opportunity to win.
Chipper Jones, a .310 career batting average starting this season. He's in his 15th year. Only Frankie Frisch, the Fordham Flash, at .316, a higher hitting switch hitter in his big league career. That's a high strike on a changeup. 0-2.
That's pitch right here on the 0-1. Gives him a high breaking ball away. So it's pretty consistent that the strike zone is going to be inconsistent tonight.
Chipper 8 home runs, 9 home runs this year, and 417 as a switch hitter. Only Eddie Murray at 504 and Mickey Mantle 536 have more.
That's some pretty good company.
You bet. That ball is hacked to right center. Morgan can't get it. He does play it on a hop off the wall. A run scores, and the Braves are hitting Ross Detweiler hard. Of the last 9 hitters, 5 hits and a walk, and one of the batters tried to make an out. That was a sacrifice. So it's now a 3-2 game.
Well, it's a fastball up right here, and Chipper just smokes it. If Niger Morgan now, I can already feel that if he can't get to it, nobody's going to get to it. He plays a great one off the wall, one hopper, and gets it back in. Almost with the relay, had a shot at Chipper at second.
Next up, Brian McCann, who doubled leadoff last inning. The phone in the bullpen has not rung, but it may not be long.
Said this the other day, if you're going to miss with a pitch, miss low, not up.
Breaking ball in there.
You know, and some nights you're not going to have a good fastball. So you're going to have to go to the breaking ball. You're going to have to throw 2-3 speeds with your breaking ball. You know, Larry Boa, I was talking to him yesterday, was talking about Mariano Rivera throws that cutter at 3-4 different speeds. You know, and it's not just one pitch. Everybody thinks, well, he got 500 saves with one pitch. Well, yeah, but he still used it in a variety of forms to get a lot more out of that one pitch than just throwing at one speed.
2-2, and that ball is well foul. Yeah, when you 3 or 4 different speeds and then 4 different locations, how many pitches is that?
Yeah, it's all about deception and keeping guys off balance and changing their eye levels. It's some pretty simple stuff, and it sounds simple, but it's not easy once you're out there in the heat of the battle.
Detweiler's got it. Had a shot for a moment at the runner, but Chipper got back. He gets an all-important out for the first out without advancing that runner. Escobar is next.
See some defense right here by Mr. Detweiler. This is a shot back in the box. Nice reaction time by him. First thing you do is pick up the guy, see where your run is, run that guy back to the bag if you can't throw him out, and then get the out at first.
Prado is hitting .406 with runners in scoring position. He jacks that ball to left, and we've got a tie game. Escobar, pardon me. So he adds to his .406 with runners in scoring position, second to only Hanley Ramirez. 3 of 4 batters have hit safely here, and nothing cheap about these Atlanta hits. Matt Diaz next.
I know it's the 4th of July weekend and we're going to see a lot of fireworks, but I didn't think it happened in the first 3 innings of this ball game.
Phone just rang in the bullpen. Yep. There've been a few Roman candles flying around this ballpark.
Well, you know, once he's throwing the fastballs up and he starts going to the breaking ball, and that's what Escobar hit. Let's check out his delivery from above. He's on the third base side. He throws towards the first base side and then has to come across his body. Now watch that front foot as he drops it. It'll be on the other side of the mound. Now he's got to come back across. And if they're not just right, the ball's going to be all over the place, and tonight it's been up.
That ball is hammered to center. Matt Diaz 2 for 2 on similar base hits.
Here comes Steve McCatty again.
Still only 1 out here in the 3rd, and Ross Detweiler is on the ropes. And with more on Ross Detweiler, here's Debbie.
Ross told me before the start that new pitching coach Steve McCatty has been helpful to him in a number of ways, and he sees a lot of things.
He made me realize that, you know, I think earlier in the year I was making excuses for my pitches up in the zone, and he made me realize they were up in the zone. That's why they were getting hit. So, you know, he really holds everybody accountable for what they do. Release point, and you know, when release point gets a little too high, the ball stays up, and you know, that's when you get hurt.
And he also said that, you know, it was really important to get those early outs, and he wanted to pitch deeper into the game. Bob.
So far so good in the first inning, Debbie. He got a 1-2-3 on 11 pitches, but since then it's been very, very difficult. Nick Johnson, right side, shovels to Detweiler. He finds the bag, 2 outs. Well played by Nick, who gave it to his pitcher so that he had a couple of steps to find that bag.
Well, and the key is, too, when you don't have your best stuff, which obviously Ross doesn't at this point, you have to really bear down and become a pitcher. You have to make adjustments, start bringing the ball down on a different plane, and if you keep just throwing it up, you're not going to be in this game long. It's pretty simplistic. So he's already let the Braves tie the score. I'm sure what Steve McCatty said was, all right, that's enough. You know, 2 runs right there, shut them down, get us back in the dugout.
And I sure like this better than pitching carefully to the number 8 hitter. You know, don't give him anything to hit.
Right.
But try to get him out. It's much better to walk him, put him on, than you take your chances with the pitcher, even if you walked him first time up.
Listen, I had a lot of pitching coaches in the course of my career as a baseball player, and the first thing you're taught, if you throw 2 pitches up chest high to a hitter, that third one better be down in his knees or below. And the pitching coach and the manager, they want to see you making adjustments. You're your own pitching coach in the middle of the game. You shouldn't need Steve McCatty to keep running out and saying, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Well, then bring that stuff down, because if you leave it up there, they're going to just keep whacking it, and you're going to be sitting next to me the rest of the day.
Off speed to the pitcher.
Well, sometimes you throw off speed, though, to pull that front shoulder in, and it's a mechanical thing, and that's one of the reasons you call for that, but you got to locate it.
Braves stranded 3 last inning when he struck out McLouth. McLouth is on deck as he tries to get Kawakami here in the 3rd.
Well, he's not going to get hurt with that right there against the pitcher. So he might as well just rear back and throw it by Kawakami.
Phillies have 3 early runs at home against the Mets. 3-0, bottom of the 2nd. Lots of scoring in the NL East tonight. And a 1-2 again.
Well, that was pitch number 70 for Ross already in the 3rd inning.
Wow. 11 in the 1st inning. 28 in the 2nd. .32 here in the 3rd. Out to center field where Niger Morgan is stationed in shallow position. That'll do it. Braves tie it up on 4 hits, but they've stranded 5. Adam Dunn leads off, bottom of the 3rd. Straight ahead. Loses next game.
Well, and probably the media of the day was harping on it. Oh, he's got a 19-game win streak, blah, blah, blah. And then he lost his next one.
The bloggers had him thinking too much. We love our bloggers.
We do.
Hey, guys. Nothing like a good time at the ballpark with Dad on a holiday weekend. And don't forget, folks, we'll be back here at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We have a matinee for you. John Lannon against a rookie who's looking real good right now, Tommy Hanson.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Everybody's hearing Tommy right now.
Oh, yeah. We got rid of Tom Glavine and brought Tommy Hanson up. He's 4 wins and 5 starts.
What are you going to do? Call him the pinball wizard tomorrow on your
I hope so. I hope we put him on tilt. Get him all over the ballpark.
Adam Dunn. How far is this baby going? Upper deck. Number 299. And the Nats lead 4-3. a no-doubter for Dunn's 21st of the year. And he's taken Kawakami deep in this ballpark for the second time this year.
Well, on the Northrop Grumman pitch track, I don't think you could have thrown a better strike right there for a guy trying to hit his 299th home run as he hits it over the Bud Light sign in the upper deck. That's got to be one of the longest home runs you've seen here, right?
There have been a few in the upper deck down the line, but not out there. if I remember, I think that's the second one Dunn's put up there, out in that part of the park. That's big man's territory. It's 375 to the curly W on the scoreboard. Then you go up about 25 feet and about 30 feet back. That had to feel sweet. Now here's Josh Willingham, who had a big hit his first time. Gave the Nats a 1-0 lead, bottom of the first. And Josh Willingham's now batting .292. And it doesn't bother him lately to be batting with 2 strikes. Willingham batting over .410 now in his last 33 games. Not a bad pitch by Kawakami, just missing 1-2. Christian Guzman next. Well, this lineup generating some offense tonight. 4 runs on 5 hits. Nasty breaking ball. Probably out of the strike zone by the time it crossed the plate, but it was a strike for a while. And Josh thought with 2 strikes he'd better be hacking. Interesting division. Phillies are really struggling. Only when they play at home, it seems. There's Guzman, who had a very odd at bat first time up. He loves to swing the bat. He doesn't like to walk. And on a 3-2 pitch, he took strike 3 with 2 men on. That's why he likes to swing. He's so good at it. He's aboard with 1 out. And the Nationals now are racking up some hits of their own. That's number 6.
Well, here's the X mode. You see him reach out. He's got a big bat, so he can cover more of the plate and get that outside pitch as he takes it into right field. Bob, I also think, you know what, he's not at the top of the order anymore, so he can sit back a little bit and maybe take a few more pitches and feel the pitcher out. A little different job when you're the 1 hitter or the 2 hitter in the lineup.
Josh Bard goes up hacking and hits it out of play. Bard swung early in the count, flied out deep to center first time. Josh really on a roll before that groin started bothering him last weekend. Over his previous 17 games, hitting over 380 with an on-base average over 480. Neither starter figures to be around by the 7th inning stretch the way things are going.
How about the 5th inning stretch?
We'll see.
Yeah, they both need to get the ball down. Detweiler giving up a lot of single shots right back up the middle. And Kawakami, that was an absolute blast out there in the second deck.
Right off the end of the bat by Bard. Chipper Jones charging. He knew he had time to play it with the glove with a catcher running. And hitters will always tell you on a ball like that, it takes them forever to leave the batter's box. Get a Grand Slam Flex plan. Pick 4 games, get 1 free. 5 different ones to choose from. So pick your plan, your games, your seats, and get a free game. It's that easy. Log on to nationals.com/Grand Slam or call 202-675-NATS. Our next homestand will be after the All-Star break, when the Cubs will be here. After the break, the Nats will entertain Chicago for 4 and the Mets for 3 and San Diego for 3. We'll be home for quite a while at the end of July. And they will walk Harris and take their chances against the hot-hitting Ross Detweiler. Boone Logan is one of their 3 lefties. In fact, both of these teams have 3 left-handers in their bullpens. On a night like tonight, the way each starter is struggling, and I guess we could call them strugglers.
Strugglers blues.
This is a night when Bobby Cox and Manny Acta don't want to take any chances on anybody pitching carefully. Walk the guy, get him out of the way, and then if you can't get the pitcher out, it's your problem. On the corner, Ross Detweiler now batting .091 with a hit and an RBI. Then he scored a run. Spins another breaking ball, so he's going to go after him like he's a regulation hitter.
Absolutely, that's respect. Smoked your best fastball through the hole for his first big league hit and first RBI of his career.
Yep, there's Uncle Charlie, who shows up at a very unwelcome time on a holiday weekend. He'll be more welcome at a barbecue tomorrow than he will be for an at-bat tonight. Adam Dunn goes 400 plus, number 299. The Nats have the lead again. Who to root for here at Nationals Park. Thank you, guys. Top of the 4th inning, Aflac. We've got you
under our feathers.
All covered, and here's our trivia. The most leadoff homers in a season for the Braves. Man. Doesn't mean Atlanta Braves. Could be Milwaukee. Could be Boston. Low and inside, Nate McLeod, top of the 4th. Pretty sure it wasn't Brett Butler.
No, but I'm sure he led the team in bunting for a hit.
And a chopper by McLeod. Nate is 0 for 2 with a bouncer to second and a swinging strikeout. I don't know if you saw the shot on the highlights the other day after Niger Morgan had been traded with Sean Burnett to the Nationals. And of course, McLeod earlier, just 1 month ago today, actually, There was a shot of a bunch of Pittsburgh fans in right field, about 10 or 12 of them sitting in the first 2 rows with a sign in front of them that said, "Please don't trade us." Their fans are not happy with what's happened over there lately. Although you like that kid they have playing center field, young Mr. McCutchen.
McCutchen's a keeper. And Niger Morgan could be a Super 2, which means he could be eligible for arbitration. Sean Burnett is eligible for arbitration, and they just can't afford to keep all of their players. So they had to trade for Lastings and Joel.
I think the reaction around baseball is the Nats got the better of it, but you'll have to wait a while on this trade. There's a busted bat. Fortunately for Nick Johnson and Detweiler, the ball stays fair, making that an easy out. There's no reason why Ross Detweiler cannot right himself here and get at least 5 innings. He's 1 out into the 4th, and here's Martin Prado, who doubled down the line in right, leading off the 3rd.
Even Josh Beckett the other day, I think he gave up 5 runs to the Orioles, and then he got 15 straight outs, and then the bullpen took over and they got a bunch of outs, and they ended up winning that ball game. But the bottom line is his job's to go as long and as deep as possible, even when he doesn't have his best stuff. And you look up there, they only have 3 runs, so you say, okay, you know, if I go 3 or 4 more innings, I've done my job. Even 2 innings would be great, but 3 would be perfect for this evening. Try to just shut them down. Tyler Clippard loosening up.
Yeah, he's not just tossing there. He's throwing regulation pitches about to come in any time. Breaking ball hanging on an 0-2 pitch. Those hurt. Now you're facing Chipper Jones with a man aboard. And we know what Chipper does to gear things up. 37 RBIs this year. And 1,411 in his career. My goodness. That ball hits way out in front of the catcher, hits off Josh Bard, and down to second Prado.
Well, this ball's thrown, it's what they call grounding, and it's thrown about 58 feet, and Josh Bard did a great job keeping it in front of him.
Yeah, usually when a coach is drilling a catcher, he's not throwing the ball out in front of him that far. He's throwing short hoppers. I'm amazed he even got a piece of that. 2-0.
Yeah, you don't want to be really erratic and then trying to find the strike zone with Chipper Jones. He'll make you pay.
First base is open. Don't let him hit the ball out of the park here. But he gets a base hit. Prado around third. Brian Snitker sends him. And the game is tied again. Chipper Jones with 2 RBIs.
Well, as Bob alluded to, had first base open, 2-0. He throws him looks like a BP fastball, but it's 89 miles an hour. We're just used to seeing Ross throw in the low to mid 90s, and he is just not having a good night tonight. Doesn't have his best stuff.
And McCann might be his last hitter. Escobar, right-hander on deck. McCann's 1 for 2 with a double and a comebacker. He gets a call on the corner for a strike. Keeping the ball down of paramount importance here. You might get 2 with 1 pitch. Not on a hanging breaking ball. That might be it.
Yeah, it is.
Ross Detweiler pitches 4 1/3.
No.
3 1/3.
3 1/3.
He's going to give up double-digit hits. 4 runs already, responsible for 2 more. And Tyler Clippard, who has done some starting, may be making like a starter and have to be around for a while in this one. Hits in a ball game. Little guy with mom cradling him. And here we go with our Aflac trivia.
I don't know. Deion Sanders. Otis Nixon.
No
I
idea.
have no idea. Marquise. Oh, come on.
It was so obvious.
Yeah.
It was so obvious.
Who on
right
our
here.
side played for the Braves? Marquise Grissom.
I still identify him with Montreal so much.
Yes, I do. Me too.
I don't think anybody's buying that one sheet, Rob. Here's Escobar. 2 on, 1 out, a run in. Escobar 1 for 1, a sacrifice, an RBI single. And the Braves are just digging in and swinging hard tonight. That's a breaking ball up and in from Tyler Clippard. Atlanta suddenly has become a good hitting ball club. Hey, they don't hit for power. You know who's the only guy they have on their team with 10 home runs or more? Nate McLouth, and he didn't even do it for them. He only has 3 with the Braves.
Yeah.
They're just a line drive hitting ball club right now.
Chipper's got 9, McCann's got 8, Escobar 7, and then
Coor has 5.
Yeah, but Frank Coor should be at about 15 by now.
Yeah, he should.
Way too talented for that. Let's check this swing out by Escobar. That's an excuse me.
Looked like a swing.
Whoa, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you did. Oh,
yeah, and then Jerry Lane called it a ball. It's where the bat goes, not where the shoulders or the hand goes. And Diaz has had a good night. He's on deck.
You know, you drop the bat, get away from it. Whoa, I didn't do that. That was the bat.
Yeah. That ball is hammered to left. 1 hopping the wall. 1 runs in.
And pitcher running.
They'll hold the other runners, and Atlanta leads 5-4.
Maybe it's a little easier to see tonight with this early start. You know, Escobar just smokes this fastball. 1 hops the wall. Dunn plays it nicely, gets it back in.
Now Matt Diaz, who's 2 for 2, infield in. 11 Atlanta hits.
All right, you got to start working the ball down in the zone, making mistakes down so they'll hit ground balls, not fly balls.
23 hitters, 11 hits, and 2 walks. Only 10 batters retired, In one of them, Escobar tried to make it out when he sacrificed back in the second. That requires another pitcher up, Jesus Colome.
Well, if this becomes a situation like Baltimore that won the first game in there, I don't think Manny Acta will stay with guys as long as he did that night. I don't think we'll have the patience for that.
Yeah. And that like this, the first of a 3-game weekend series. You're trying not to burn your bullpen for the weekend. Chris Medlin now for the Braves. They're not exactly enamored with Kawakami. 4 runs on 6 hits.
That might be it for Kawakami. Never know. Get to his spot in the batting order with the bases loaded. Bobby might hit for him.
Well, if that happens, there's going to be another run or two scored along the line here. They're only at the number 6 spot now. And Clippard throws it by him up and in. That's a big out for the Nats, who still trail by just 1.
1-2 pitch, 92 up and in.
And a big uppercut couldn't get there.
You're not going to hit that. Not many people have bat speed to catch up to that pitch.
So here's Jeff Francoeur. And he likes to hit the first pitch a lot. There have been times in his career when he first pitch swings more than 50% of the time. Oh for 2 tonight with McLeod, a combined 0 for 5. Except for the pitcher spot, the Braves have at least a hit from every other spot. Excuse me, strike 2. Now this is usually when right-handers throw Francoeur a slider about 1.5 feet off the plate. When you get him 0-2, you do not have to throw a strike to get him out. But if you throw one, he can make it a 3-run homer in a hurry. They go upstairs with a fastball to get the strikeout. Well, the Braves got 2, but they could have had more. It's a 5-4 game in the 4th.
About at this level, you're going to go out there maybe without a fastball some nights. You're going to have to throw breaking balls and changeups. Other nights you're not going to have a good breaking ball or a changeup. You're going to have to just locate your fastball. So it's the dog days of summer now. The next 2 months, this is where you show your mettle at this level. Your arm can't be feeling too well. You've thrown a lot of innings. Some of these other guys out of the bullpen have 40 appearances, so your arm might be hanging. But if you still want to have a job in the major leagues, you got to go out there and earn it.
Niger Morgan showing bunt, leading off bottom of the fourth. All things considered, giving up 11 hits and you're only down by 1 run. Still very much anybody's ball game. Morgan 0 for 1, a walk, a steal, a run, and a ground ball. And Kawakami slipped one by him there. Nasty breaking ball.
About my first full year in the major leagues, I had 46 appearances at the All-Star break.
Wow.
You know, you're up here to pitch. It's, you know, that's your job. And the 0-2 pitch is just a off the table 12-6 breaking ball. Kawakami's got about 4 or 5 different looking breaking balls. Japan, they call that the shuto, the equalizer.
Here's Nick Johnson, 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
One of my favorite movies, Mr. Baseball with Tom Selleck. A lot of guys can hit the fastball, but can you hit the off-speed changeup or curve?
They've resumed in Florida after a rain delay, and the Pirates lead the Marlins 4-0. They're on a 4-game rain delay streak now. And the Phillies lead the Mets 7-0, bottom of the fourth, and they're at home. What's going on? Phillies have been having a nightmare at home lately. Their home record is 13-22. Jason Worth has hit his 16th. Nick Johnson flies one out of play to the left side.
Well, Kawakami's first pitch was 75, the second was 84, then he threw 2 91-mile-an-hour sinking fastballs to Nick to get back into the count. There you see the second time through, very effective for Mr. Kawakami. It's that third time, just like a lot of our youngsters, having trouble getting outs.
Well, his first time through the lineup wasn't that good tonight, because he gave up 3 hits and walked 2 of the first 9 batters. Three more hits the second time through tonight. And Johnson fouls one away to stay alive. Nick collected his 34th ribby earlier. Ryan Zimmerman's fouled out twice. And a breaking ball blooped into center. That ball is caught by the sliding Nathan McLouth. 2 outs. Well, you see a lot of late hacks on his big curveball.
Nice catch by a very solid center fielder, Nathan McLouth. Still has no errors, although that Willie Harris ball is questionable. But since it's for our guy, I won't put up a beef about it.
Ryan Zimmerman's 0 for 3. 2 foul outs and a comebacker. He has swung at the first pitch twice tonight. On to the 5th inning, and the Braves on top 5-4. And then we'll be giving away kids' lunch bags to the first 10,000 fans 12 and under on Sunday, presented by our friends at Smithfield, who make a lot of great food products. 888-632-NATS, Nationals.com, or stop by the Nationals Park box office for tickets. The Cubs will be in for 4 when we return from the All-Star break 2 weeks from last night. Little pop fly left side for Guzman off the bat of Casey Kochman for the first out. And because he's getting some outs, Kawakami will get another at bat here. Ask about the Nats at MASNsports.com. Since we last took some of your emails, we've had sort of a dizzying array of moves by the Nats. Joe Hanrahan, Lastings Millage, Elijah Dukes no longer here. Duke still in the organization. Sean Burnett, Niger Morgan have come aboard. Just don't ask us what's next. We don't know. There's Sean, who could be pitching tonight. And a 1-1 to Kawakami, who's walked and flied out. Grounder deep short, Guzman. He's got time to plant and throw. And that's the difference with a pitcher running. You don't have to make the off-balance throw. Well done by Christian.
Right here, you're going to see Tyler Clippard throw him a fastball. He gets a little bit of it, but without any real speed at 34 years old. Kawakami allows our shortstop here with the Exmo to make a routine play out of a very tough play in the hole. Christian, after all these years, still has a fantastic arm.
Bases empty, 2 outs. I had a chance last night to watch the Reston All-Stars play against the Arlington All-Stars, and I was told that Christian has a son playing pretty good competitive baseball in McLean. Some good youth baseball in this area. I was really impressed when it started raining last night and they brought out the tarps.
In Little League.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good, huh?
That is
not
impressive.
the big tarps. They just covered the mound and home plate.
Right. But some of the pieces of dirt that a youngster might get injured on. I like that. It's impressive.
3 balls and 1 strike to McLeod, who's 0 for 3. Full count, 2 outs, bases empty. The last time a Nats pitcher went 1-2-3 was the first, and it's going to happen again here in the 5th. Ryan Zimmerman puts it away. Last time Adam Dunn led off, he hit the ball a mile tonight. He's hit 2 homers off Kawakami this year. Big number 44 straight ahead.
legs and hips open up, and boy, what a beautiful thing it is to hit home runs.
And they go a long, long way.
Yep.
Well, here's Adam Dunn on the verge of some personal history now. One more for 300. With the strains of Bob Seger on the PA system, here I am on the road again, even though it's a home game. I could see Adam liking a guy like Seager. Adam, by the way, has a 5-game hitting streak now. 6 for his last 16. Some walks mixed in there. And that's low and inside from Kawakami, who's given up 9 home runs this year. 2 of them to Adam Dunn.
Well, and you saw how badly he missed right there on location. McCann was a foot off the plate, and he threw it over the plate, just low.
Now they're just trying to get him through 5.
Well, he just fell down, and he might have hurt himself. Fell down on the pitch. A beautiful breaking ball. Yeah, it was the mound's fault.
When I quoted Bob Seger a moment ago, I was quoting lyrics, and our musically minded producer, Chip Winfield, reminds me that the name of that song is Turn the Page. It's about being on the road and doing those one-nighters everywhere, and the amplifiers wailing in your ears, which is a lot like it sounds when Adam Dunn makes contact. 2-1. "21 homers for Dunn this year, 57 RBIs. Tied in homers with Prince Fielder. Off speed had him way out ahead. Strikeout number 6 for Kenshin Kawakami. And that's how the bottom of the 5th gets underway.
Let's check out Kawakami on the get me over first pitch curveball. This is get me over, but whoa, I'm going to go right over with the pitch. Got up a little slow. He's in his 30s.
Just turned 34 on the 22nd of June. Josh Willingham next. 1 for 2 with an RBI hit. Haven't seen Josh do too much of that lately, as locked in as he's been.
Like a Tomooka, Daisuke Matsuzaka, Hideo Nomo. I mean, all the Japanese and Asian pitchers that have come over here, not too many of them throw anything that doesn't move. I mean, even Chen Ming Wong's got one of the best sinkers in the major leagues. Kiyagawa, who was signed for a lot of money by the New York Yankees, didn't see much time in the major leagues because he's afraid to pitch to contact. And they basically, somewhere in the minor leagues with the Yankees, if he's even playing at all.
Follows up the curveball with a running heater that Willingham is late for. Christian Guzman is next, and he's 1 for 2. Suddenly the Nats haven't had a hit since Guzman singled back in the 3rd inning. That's a breaking ball that hits Willingham. Josh will be fine.
Yeah, that was Route 66 on the tricep. You can't hurt Steele right there. Man's put together. Here it is. Big flipper. Flips off his thing, hits him on the back of the arm.
Nowhere to go.
He just flexed. Watch this. You can't hurt me. He's just hoping it didn't hit him in the noggin. Look at him laughing.
One on, one out. Here's Guzman, who dumped a single into right field his last time.
I don't know if you saw Alexi Ramirez get hit the other night, right in the head. But that was from Chris Perez that came from the Cardinals.
That's
throws 95. And then the next hitter was Jermaine Dye. He threw it right under his chin. And he wasn't doing it intentionally. I just think he was overamped to try to show,
first
hey,
appearance for a new team.
First appearance for a new team. And those are the scarier moments on the baseball field when the ball goes up by your head.
Kawakami's pitch count now over 90. It'll be interesting if Guzman can get aboard here, what Bobby Cox might do. He's trying to get 5 innings out of this guy, but he doesn't want to lose the lead or fall behind.
His double barrel down in the Braves bullpen, righty lefties.
Yeah, they're ready.
Yep.
Boone Logan was warming up earlier than Chris Medellin. Looks like the same tune.
Pick me, pick me. They both won in this game.
Yeah, they could get a win. I'm thinking, why would any reliever want to pitch in the 5th inning? Well, there's why.
One out, bottom of the 5th inning. They got a shot at a win.
There's no telling how much one win is worth on a contract for next year these days. Guzman with a little chopper. The pitcher goes to second, throws it into center field. Both runners will move up. It'll be second and third, 1 out. The Nationals get a huge break on a low throw by the pitcher. That's the kind of mistake that can get you jerked right out of a ball game.
Well, this is a tough play right here. Pitcher sees Josh Willingham. He thinks he's got time, but that was a slow roller. Josh is almost at second. He short hops Escobar. Goes into left field. Look at it. He dropped down, sidearm. Escobar can't pick it up. And now we have second and third with 1 out. And like my partner said, that could be it. Bobby Cox taking the ball.
Yeah, Bobby had the hook out when he left the dugout. Can't be happy about that. And the Nats a chance to get right back ahead here. Rally in the bottom of the 5th. Now the Nationals just need a hit. President's race a couple of innings ago. Teddy was in the lead, and he just couldn't help himself, Rob. There was a Michael Jackson song, and he had to stop and do a little disco. Thomas in a landslide. Look at George and Abe couldn't help themselves either.
No, they were all trying to do the moonwalk.
Looked more like they were in molasses.
Yeah, I still can't get my mind around Michael Jackson not being with us anymore. That's just a shame.
Josh Bard will turn around and bat right-handed. 2 on, 1 out, and they are at second and third. Nats down by 1. Here's where they need at least the fly ball. But they've been very poor at doing that lately. Boone Logan, 24-year-old lefty, former Chicago White Sox reliever. Attacking early in the count and getting an RBI ground ball. That's where you want to hit it, by the mound, and this game is tied. Any runs the Nats will score in this inning will be unearned. That should have been the third out.
Well, our manager talked about situational hitting right there. You hit it towards the shortstop. Less than 2 outs, man on second. Actually, man on third. And it's an easy RBI. A nice job by Josh Bard.
Now you can have the lead if you get a 2-out hit. This is like a basketball game where we talk about how many ties and lead changes there have been in the first half.
Really? Did you? Almost.
Willie 1 for 1 with a double and an intentional walk. Pitcher spot is next. And Alberto Gonzalez is standing in the on-deck circle. Tyler Clippard got this thing settled down for 5 outs. So it's taken the Braves 11 hits to get their 5 runs. The Nats have scored 5 runs and only 6. They've stranded 8 runners already.
Sneaky fast. This Boone Logan. Got very slow, meticulous mechanics, and then boom, 93 on it.
How'd you describe this guy?
This guy is all in. Ron Valone. I'm all in.
But he can slow it down.
Yes, he can. He will slow the tempo down.
That's a high strike to Willie. And the count's even 2-2 as he tries to hurt his former ball club here. Willie Harris was a Brave 2 years ago. And he hit .270 for Atlanta back in '07 with 32 RBIs. He had 20 doubles and 8 triples in 117 games. Well inside, 3-2.
Willie's one of the rare players, other than the hitting coach for the Braves, Terry Pendleton, who I played against, that wears the double flap helmet and only hits from the left side.
3-2 here. Runner at third. 2 outs. And the game tied again. Harris reaches out for that breaking ball and strokes it to right. It's hanging up, though, for Jeff Francoeur. The Nats will pick up an unearned run in the 5th. Thanks to an error, a hit batter, and it's a tie again.
And they are infielder Seth Bynum. He will play second base, and he's going to start. Right-handed pitcher J.D. Martin. He's got 8 wins and a 2.25 ERA. He will be a reserve, and so will outfielder Jorge Padilla with his .368 batting average.
Thank you, Debbie. Nice to have our AAA ball club represented. Padilla, wow, hitting .368 in 201 ABs. Top of the 6th here. Martin Prado's 2 for 3. Because it never made it down to the number 9 spot, Manny Acta can try for 3 more outs from Tyler Clippard, and there's our new left-hander Sean Burnett. You could see him, though, in this inning against McCann, or before that if they want to turn Chipper Jones around to the right side. Sean victimized by a game-tying home run in Florida the other day by that slugger Cody Ross, who keeps hurting the Nats every time they play the Marlins. 4-0 Pirates still lead at Florida tonight in the 5th inning. Marlins and the Phillies in a virtual tie for first atop the National League East, even though the Marlins have played 4 more games than Philadelphia. Three and 2. These 3 hitters due up in this inning are a combined 6 for 9 tonight, with 5 runs and 2 RBIs. And then Escobar, who hits behind him, also has 2 hits. He jammed him. It might stay in. Zimmerman is there. He's got it. Right in front of Guzman, who also could have made the catch.
Well, right there, Ryan should give way to Christian Guzman, who's coming in behind him. You see right here, he's got to get out of the way and let his shortstop take it. It's not his play.
You know what I didn't see, though, Rob? I didn't see either of them calling the ball.
No, someone's got to call it, but I think that
so the Nationals do get 2 innings out of Tyler Clippard. He gives up 1 hit, and Sean Burnett is making his Nats Park debut. And by Corona and Corona Light. Kick back and relax with an ice cold Corona and lime. Relax responsibly. Beautiful evening down on the dock. Those boats are ready for some holiday cruising tomorrow. 5-5. Beautiful evening in the ballpark. Mom's having a great time with her little ones. Lots of action in this game, 17 hits and a 5-5 tie. Sean Burnett's second appearance for the Nats. He's 6'1", 226 years of age, out of Wellington High School in South Florida. Interesting thing about that, the Pirates took him with their first pick in '99. Actually in 2000, and in '99, the Pirates took out of that same high school Bobby Bradley as their first pick. Never before had a team taken their first 2 picks from the same high school, or 2 #1 picks in a row. Chipper drills it, and right there is Nyjer Morgan, who did a little hop, skip, and a jump as he got to that ball. You can watch some guys, Rob, and you can tell how much they enjoy playing defense.
Well, that's real speed. Watch how fast Nyjer Morgan gets a jump on the ball right there, up in the air.
He got there so fast, the ball was still up. Initially, he thought that might be a shoe top or a shoestring catch.
Well, and the one thing I do like is he's an all-round athlete. To be a ice skater, you have to have some really good dexterity, especially with your feet.
There's Brian McCann, 2 for 3. Breaking ball low and outside. Jesus Colome up for the second time tonight. Maybe for Escobar next if the inning doesn't end here. The inning will end here. Morgan under that easy fly ball. And a good job by Sean Burnett getting 2 straightaway outs. And it'll be the pitcher spot, then the top of the order for the Nats in the 6th. A walk, a steal, a run, making an impact in the first inning. Couple of good catches. Adam Dunn, number 299, upper deck right field, leading off the 3rd. And Chipper Jones is having a good night for the Braves. He's 2 for 4 with a double, a single, 2 runs, couple of RBIs. Lots of offensive elements to this ball game, but it just might be settling down into a pitcher's duel of the bullpens here. Sean Burnett is done after a nice outing. And with lots of families celebrating a holiday weekend here at the ballpark, Alberto Gonzalez will hit for Burnett against Boone Logan in the bottom of the 6th. Gonzalez has been pinch hitter extraordinaire for the Nats this year. 5 for 7 with 4 RBIs. First pitch breaking ball, inside corner. Saw the Toronto Blue Jays wearing red caps today. Atlanta Braves red caps tonight. Patriotic ball caps for the weekend. Color scheme fitting in perfectly here. That ball was well off the plate. Gonzalez reached for it and broke his bat. And Niger Morgan will bat with 1 out, bases empty. The Nationals have not had a hit since the 3rd inning. What a beautiful night. 76 degrees at game time after all those clouds all day. Nationals box score. You'll see some sporadic offense through there. No hits from the 1, 3, 4, 7 spots. But some spurts of offense elsewhere. And not to be forgotten, Ross Detweiler's first major league hit and RBI back in the 2nd. Little chopper right side. You got to hurry when this guy's running. He's 0 for 3, 2 outs, handled by Martin Prado. We have an email question from Ask About the Nats at massinsports.com. Who has the most trade value of the players remaining on this ball club? From Ahmad and Annandale.
Well, obviously Ryan Zimmerman's one of the best players on this team, but you're not going to trade him.
He's not for sale.
He's not for sale. But I think of the eligible players, you've got Willie Harris, you've got Nick Johnson. I think they're both free agents at the end of the season. They could really fit in somewhere with a contending team. Not that I want either one traded, but this is a business. And if you're going to rebuild, and you can get something better than the compensation picks for Nick and Willie, you got to do it.
Adam Dunn signed a 2-year deal here. And of course he was rented by Arizona from Cincinnati last year.
But I've also heard a lot of trade rumors about Aubrey Huff of the Baltimore Orioles. Obviously Matt Holliday probably won't finish the season with the Oakland Athletics.
I think everybody thought that would be a temporary stop.
Yeah.
0-2 to Nick Johnson outside. I've heard a few people lately, the way he's going, mentioning Josh Willingham. You'd hate to see him not on your ball club because he's such a high quality individual. But he's getting some notice around baseball the way he's swinging the bat. Nick Johnson drills this ball to left. Going back for it, Matt Diaz. And Nick is 1 for 4. The Nats are gone in the 6th. On to the 7th, 5, 6, and 7 for the Braves in a 5-5 game. He's pitching about 5 to 6 innings per outing, but a good ERA, 2.48. And then John Lannon coming off a stopper-type win at Baltimore on Sunday. John pitched 7 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs. Early starting time, 12:30. Nats Extra. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight. What's so good about Tommy Henson so far, Rob? I know you've dissected him a little bit and his success on your radio show.
Well, he's got that deception you like from a starter, that he can come after you with just fastballs all the way through the order the first time, and then he'll come back, throw a little bit of breaking balls, some change-ups, but mostly he attacks the strike zone. He's got a lot of walks there, but I think that's just because he's young and he's going to try to figure it out with some of these lineups he's never faced, but he'll challenge people when he gets in the jam. But I like that slow delivery and then the explosion coming out of his hand. He throws the heck out of the ball.
This is a very responsible assignment that Manny Acta has given Jesus Colome. 7th inning in a tie game. Last time Jesus was on the mound, we had a monsoon put an end to the ball game in Florida. The funny thing about it was there were 2 men on. He didn't retire anybody, but when the game was ended because of the rain, he got credit for 2 inherited runners stranded. One of those little quirks of statistics.
Isn't that his first 2 stranded of the year?
No.
No.
But he's got to come out and throw strikes, and this is his problem. 3-0. Escobar 2 for 2, a single, a double, 2 RBIs, and a sacrifice. Nobody in baseball cares if you can throw the ball 95 if you can't throw strikes. Colome this year.
There's the fans' view. Some good seats.
Those are nice seats. Elevated a little bit on the first base side. That's Anthony's. Jesus Colome's 16th appearance now.
We also have a few relievers too. The older relievers that may not figure into the future of this ball club. They could be tradable also. You never know. I mean, I don't really pay a lot of attention to that until the actual trading of somebody, because you hear so many false rumors. As you see him walk Escobar and commit one of the worst things that a reliever can do, walk the leadoff guy.
You know, I'm surprised by this number. I thought Colome had walked more men. That's his 5th walk in 14 innings. 12 strikeouts, now 5 walks. It just, I guess he pitches behind so much, you forget about it sometimes when it's 3-0, 3-1, and he comes back and gets somebody out. Tavares now joining Valone.
Either one of those respectable relievers could be tradable. It all depends on what the needs of some of the contending teams will be in the next month.
Ball 1.
And if they're willing to, be buyers. I mean, there's rumors that Tom Hicks has financial problems now with the Texas Rangers. And that team might be possibly put up for sale.
Boy, that can hamstring you making some moves, can it?
Absolutely, and that's a contending team. They have a shot to win the AL West this year.
Good bunt, and Nick Johnson will make the tag. 3 unassisted on Matt Diaz. The lead runs at second base, 1 out.
Popcorn. I can smell it from here.
Oh, look at that.
See, ice cream, popcorn, hot dogs.
I know, we're all used to the microwave bags now. There's still something about popcorn blowing the lid off the pan that has to appeal to you. And here's Jeff Francoeur, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Remember when you were a kid and they taught you how to do popcorn and you put too much in the pan?
Oh, absolutely.
And the lid's flying all over the place. And you're loving it.
Yeah, but my mom wasn't. She was a slapper.
Well, that
She'd
was her
smack
pan.
you.
That was her pain.
Well, she had three boys, 2 of them my size, all 3 of us, I mean, my other 2 brothers, and then 3 sisters. So the kitchen was always filled with dibbles.
Hot shot. Zimmerman looks the runner back, fires on the first. Nick Johnson has to stretch to get it, and 2 outs. Sunday, the Nats complete this series with the Braves, and during the game, we are auctioning off 4 tickets to the Jonas Brothers July 13th Verizon Center concert, plus a meet and greet with the Joe Bros. Stop by the Dream Foundation kiosk out at the Center Field Plaza before the end of the 6th inning. Place your bid to win. Proceeds benefit the Children's National Medical Center here in D.C. So if you're at the ballpark on Sunday, you might score some concert tickets, and all the proceeds go to a wonderful cause. Oh, that throw came dangerously close to sailing out of Nick Johnson's reach. Here's Casey Kochman, 1 for 2 with a base hit and an intentional walk. Brooks Conrad, an infielder they just called up today, is in the on-deck circle when they put Kelly Johnson on the DL.
One thing about Colomé, though, the game comes to a screeching halt when he comes in.
It's been addressed.
Well, I mean,
and ignored.
He controls the tempo in his own way.
And it's okay, Rob, if you're throwing strikes.
Absolutely. You're going to throw strikes, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I played with a guy named Jeff Gray. Went up to the big leagues with the Boston Red Sox, had an amazing forkball, and he would stand out there forever before he threw a pitch. Battle of wits and wills. Well, if you get the job done, and he was a great closer in the minor league, if you get the job done, it doesn't matter.
2-1 pitch is fouled away. This could be a big inning for the Nats to get this thing tied to the 7th inning stretch, because 3, 4, and 5 are coming up. And the 7th inning stretch always seems to get the ballpark revved up a little bit. Everybody's got that little bolt of energy they need for the late innings, and it would be great to be 5-5 going into that frame. Casey Kochman, 30 RBIs on the year. Doesn't strike out much. Only 20 times. Up and away, 3-2. Of course, if he walks him, that'll force the Braves to hit for the pitcher.
This is a nice pitch right here. Northrop Grumman. This is just a rising fastball. I don't know how you lay off of that thing, but just move it over just a little bit. He's still not going to hit it.
Big crowd, high 30s tonight. Some of them clapping for the final out here. Nope, it'll be another walk. This is the MO of Jesus Colomé's career. And here comes Brooks Conrad. The Braves signed him as a minor league free agent. He made the International League All-Star team by hitting .259 with 38 RBIs at AAA Gwinnett. That's where the Braves have their AAA now. They were, of course, in Richmond for many years. Gwinnett is a northern suburb of Atlanta, and they built their own ballpark down there. Conrad, 29 years of age, from San Diego. He went to Arizona State. And he got all locked up on that one.
As did Josh Bart on the throwback to Colomé. And Conrad, he's old school, like Moises Alou or Mark Grace, George Brett, no batting gloves. where you see the runners left on base today. LOB. 6 for the Bravos, or 6 for the Nationals, 8 for the Bravos tonight.
And they've left the bases loaded twice. Conrad jets one to right field, and the kid has hit a pinch hit home run. Colome's walks turn out to be fatal, and the Braves lead 8-5.
Well,
and by the way, that's his first major league home run.
Conrad right here gets a fastball down and in, which is what they call in your wheelhouse, and he wheels on it for a 3-run pinch hit home run. And Bob, you said it, this is a big situation and a lot of confidence by Manny Acta and Jesus Colome, and he failed.
Garrett Anderson had their first pinch hit homer of the year yesterday.
You said it before too. It's not about how hard you can throw. It's where you throw it, locating, pitching. You start walking guys, walking the leadoff guy, and when you walk Kochman, who's in the 8-hole tonight, you put yourself in a precarious position.
High fly ball left center. Adam Dunn has it, and the ballpark atmosphere has changed considerably for the 7th inning stretch.
Ray and Johnny. A look at Nyjer Morgan's Nationals debut. Adam Dunn inches closer to history, hit his 299th home run. And then a preview of Tommy Hanson versus John Lannon's, like a boxing match on the 4th of July. So check it out coming up after the ball game on Nats Extra.
Peter Moylan for the Braves as we go bottom 7. Moylan forever linked to history in this ballpark, giving up Ryan Zimmerman's walk-off home run. First ever game in the history of this new yard last year. And ironically, leadoff hitter Ryan Zimmerman. Adam Dunn, Josh Willingham to follow. The Nats are down by 3 now. Ryan Zimmerman, 3 at-bats tonight, not his best of the year by any means. First pitch, foul out to third. Second inning, foul out to first. Fourth inning, first pitch, a little tapper right to the pitcher. Did he commit? Jerry Lane says he did.
Let's check this from the side angle. Yeah. Just broke the plane with the bat. Should have made like Escobar, drop it. Whoa. That wasn't me, it was the bat.
Ryan with a chance for a base hit, and Chipper will just eat the baseball. And Ryan Zimmerman will take that any way he can get it after the night he've had. How about March 30th of 2008? Bang! Left center. I'm not sure Peter Moylan ever turned around and watched it. That swing is the one and only time the Nationals have had a winning record in this stadium.
It's going to turn around.
And we hope so. Here's Adam Dunn.
Turn around. It'll be a brand new ball club.
Could be a brand new ball game with one swing. He takes the fastball away. The Braves load up the right side of the infield. They do not play Prado deep and out in right field, as we mentioned earlier. Ryan Zimmerman cannot be going anywhere here.
No, but that doesn't mean Moylan was happy about throwing this next pitch. 1-0 to Adam Dunn has already hit one in the upper deck in right center field.
That makes things more interesting here. You're up by 3 if you're Atlanta. And I know Bobby Cox doesn't want his guy fooling around with breaking balls and all that out there. You're not going to give in to this hitter, but you don't want to go 3-0 and possibly walk him either when you have the lead. This plays into Adams' advantage. That's way outside 3-0.
Yeah, he's throwing 3 sinkers way outside. Third inning off of Kawakami. Kawakami, don't throw it. Oh, no. On the sweet spot, Bob. And that's not where you want to throw a fastball to Adam Dunn.
He centered it.
See, that goes on that tape. What not to do with a power hitter. Middle of the zone in.
Yep. Would you call that a meat fastball? Even though it was 90?
It was 90, but it was right down Broadway. If he does that again, Adam may lose this baseball. It'd be nice to have a multi-home run game for your 300th home run.
He'll take the walk. 2 on, nobody out. And a big spot for Josh Willingham.
He didn't want a piece of the big boy.
Driven in 1 run and scored another tonight.
Well, this is what I like about Moylan versus Willingham here. Josh likes the ball down and in. If he gets a pitch down and in on a running sinker from Moylan, he may lose this ball too. You like a guy who's struggling a little bit coming out of the pen with his command. He's going to try to just get one over here.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to fall behind Willingham. As you said, he's the tying run at the plate.
All of Josh's 9 homers have been solos. What a time for the first one with a guy or 2 on base. That's inside for a ball. Well, they've had some battles. Yeah, this fastball tailing all over the place right now. These sidewinders, their ball really runs.
Well, of all the pitchers, guys who throw from down under or the side, they really have to get out over that front leg. If that front shoulder flies open towards first too quickly, that ball is going to run in towards the knees of Willingham.
Yep.
A little too far in.
Eric O'Flaherty, their second of their 3 lefties. They have an interesting bullpen out there because Mike Gonzalez, a lefty, has 9 saves. Rafael Soriano, a right-hander, has 7.
They have gas from both sides out there with that righty and that lefty. They're both throwing mid to upper 90s for Soriano and Gonzalez. Gonzalez already has 40 appearances.
Willingham pounds it on the ground. Chipper Jones makes a great play to get 1 out. If he doesn't make that play, a run possibly scores. It's at least bases loaded with Christian Guzman coming up.
Let's check out the sequence of pitches here. 0-0. He's going to throw ball 1 on a sinker in. Ball 2 on a sinker in. He's going to come in, sinker in on the inside part of the plate. Josh fouls it off, and then a little bit more of the plate, but still not enough to get it up in the air for Josh, and he hits a ground ball. He does move the run over to third.
And a big spot for Guzman now. Chipper Jones is on the grass at third. Kochman holding Willingham. This is where Christian has to be aware of this situation and pick out a good pitch that he can drive somewhere. The Nats do not want him topping a ground ball at somebody. He drives that one left center, and it's caught by Diaz. Got to get back to first if you are Willingham. Wow. And Zimmerman scores to make it an 8-6 game. A lot of things happening on that play.
Nice throw by Diaz, though. That made Josh Willingham really scamper back to first. Well, here's a great at bat right here, Bob, by Christian Guzman. Sinker ball away, he takes it away and smashes it out in the left center field. But Diaz makes a heck of a throw back to first. Ryan scores easily.
And you cannot be trotting home if you're that runner. You got to get to home plate.
And tell him why. Because if he throws out Willingham at first and he doubles him up and the inning's over, Zimmerman's run does not count if he doesn't cross the plate before the double play. So nice hustle by Josh Willingham there.
Well, the Nats' situational hitting tonight, except for the first inning, has been better. Willingham rescued that inning with a 2-out hit. Willingham's running, and the ball's hit right at Martin Prado. Nats are gone to the 7th. A run on a hit, a walk, a sac fly. It's an 8-6 game into the 8th. Emergency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf. We'll see some of the youngsters where they launched their careers. Maybe you'll see them in the big leagues in a couple of years. If you can't be to the game for the 5:30 home run derby or the 7:05 first pitch, it's live on Mass in HD. If you go, your donation greatly appreciated. RipkenSeniorCollegeBaseball.org or 410-588-9900 for more information. Debbie Taylor, a couple of more pitchers have signed with the Nationals.
That's right, Bob. Right-handed pitcher A.J. Morris, a Golden Spikes finalist, Big 12 Pitcher of the Year out of Kansas State. He was taken in the 4th round by the Nats. He'll be assigned to Hagersburg. And left-handed pitcher Paul Appleby, a 10th round pick from the University of California, Riverside, was also signed. He will head to Vermont to play for the Lock Monsters. And Mike Rizzo and his hardworking staff have now signed 25 players from the 2009 draft, which is terrific work.
Morris 14-1 with a 2.09 ERA in 16 starts for Kansas State, a school not really known for baseball in the Big 12 like Oklahoma, Texas, A&M, Baylor, and the Southern schools. Texas Tech has had some major leaguers.
If you got talent, they'll find you.
I'm telling you, February and March aren't a whole lot of fun in Manhattan, Kansas. A lot of those teams will travel south to play and go out to the West Coast. Here's Ron Vallone against Martin Prado. 8th inning underway. 2 balls, 1 strike. Prado had a big-time rip. He's 2 for 4 tonight. 25 players have agreed to terms. 9 of the first top 12 picks in this year's draft.
Well, the ever-entertaining Mike Gonzalez loosening up in the Braves bullpen is
that's a good swing.
Shot down the right field line.
Braves have had their leadoff man on 4 times tonight. 3 of them have been doubles.
He's getting killed with the pitches up tonight.
Well, we remarked about Colomé, how erratic he's been this year with his control. And as we mentioned, that was a situation where Manny was really trusting him in a tie ball game late in the game. We'll see if he gets that opportunity again. Chipper Jones, 2 for 4. He's hit the ball hard 4 times tonight. Chipper came in hitting .315 right-handed. Inside corner.
Two for 11 off of Ronnie.
They're in the 6th inning. The Pirates are still shutting out the Marlins 4-0. Charlie Morton, who they got from Atlanta in that deal for Nate McLouth, pitching really well tonight. He's held the Marlins to 1 hit through almost 6 innings. And the Mets just picked up 2 in the 7th, but still trail 7-2 at Philadelphia. Brian McCann next here in the 8th. Pretty good pitching in the league tonight. Homer Bailey has a 2-hitter going in the 8th inning at Cincinnati, leading St. Louis 3-0. I know you've had your eye on him for a while. A guy who's
both eyes on him.
Guys who's had some success and some rough times as a
he's had no success
young
at the big
pitcher
league level.
Yeah.
He is one of the best 4A pitchers you'll ever see. In fact, I think he was 4-0 with a 0.5 earned run average in AAA. So I talked to his general manager, Walt Jocketty, and they're hoping that this is it, that he finally recognizes that, you know, how many more chances can we give him even though he's really young. And that would be a guy that you say, listen, he's got a lot of upside, could become a tradable commodity if someone wants to take the risk if he doesn't produce.
Yeah.
But you come to the big leagues to get out and do the job.
The Nationals bullpen now, 3 walks. in the last 1+ inning. 2 on, nobody out, and Brian McCann could rip the lid off of this game. The Braves lead by 2, 8-6. They've had 13 hits, and they've also been given 5 walks tonight. Look at McCann bunting. Look at it stay fair, and Nick will tag him out. How about that? Your cleanup hitter in a 2-run game bunting 2 runners over. Brian McCann's first sacrifice of the year.
Well, he recognizes that Nick is back, and he doesn't mind taking the bat out of his own hands late in the ball game right here.
Infield in.
Move the runners up.
Here comes Escobar. They're going to walk him to load the bases and take their chances with Matt Diaz.
That's a big game, the Reds versus the Cardinals tonight.
That Central's really bunched up, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
5 teams within 3 games of each other. St. Louis in a virtual tie with Milwaukee. The Brewers lost at Chicago 2-1 this afternoon. Starting today, Cincinnati 2 back, Cubs 2.5, Houston 3. Even the Pirates are only 6 games out. Here comes Manning.
He's going to go to the pen.
So Valone registers only 1 out, gives up a hit, 2 walks, 1 intentional. And Julian Tavares will have the assignment of trying to get Matt Diaz to hit a ground ball right at somebody and end this 8th inning. West.com and by PNC Bank. PNC leading the way. At the Capitol Dome, all the memorials lit up on this beautiful Friday evening in early July. A 233rd birthday, by the way, coming up tomorrow. Follow the Nats on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at bat. 2009 featuring play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. Visit Nationals.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. Matt Diaz 2 hits tonight, a sacrifice. 2 for 3, bases loaded, 1 out. Ooh, belt-high fastball in the first offering. Now I know why some guys swing at the first pitch they see from a reliever. But he didn't that time. There's that sinker he's been known for many years.
Well, right here you hope that Julian can get the ground ball towards the middle, and we can roll a double play here and keep it a 2-run ball game.
Nats will have their meat of their order get up at least one more time tonight. They're at the 8th spot to start the 8th. Ball 2. You have to have a lot of confidence to get behind in the count now and keep throwing a sinker, trying to get a ground ball.
But Garrett Anderson's out on deck, and that's danger lurking because he's
on a roll.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's swinging a hot bat. To leave him standing over there.
Well framed by Josh Bard, who kept very quiet catching that ball. Mike Winters called it a strike. If he would have jerked that back in to the plate, might have been ball 3. 2-2. Not too close. Garrett Anderson, great player for many years for the Angels. Now in a reserve role for the Braves. And the Nats have given the Braves a run with walks again.
Goes for the sinker. He's trying to get the ground ball, and Diaz just takes the walk, and that pushes across the 9th run for the Braves tonight. Manny Acta cannot be pleased by his bullpen tonight.
And it's the veteran guys. You know, these aren't kids, Rob.
No, they're not. And we have to go back to that. You know, you got to start pitching like your job depends upon it. Guys have been sent out. Other players have been traded. Not much seems to be working.
And this is an indication of how the star of Jeff Francoeur has fallen in Atlanta. They are pinch hitting for him in the 8th inning in a game situation. Already ahead by 3 runs, and Bobby Cox is going for the jugular here with Garrett Anderson, who's driven in 29 runs. He's 2 for 9 with a homer and 4 RBIs as a pinch hitter. 14 years with the Angels, 3 All-Star games, 400 RBI seasons. He hit 305 times in the American League, and he was a guy Mike Scioscia could really depend on.
Quietly one of the best hitters over the last decade.
I got a stat for you that's interesting on him. And here's a 1-1 pitch. Great changeup. Only Garrett Anderson and Manny Ramirez have hit 280 or better 14 consecutive seasons.
Yeah,
now that's a long run of good
consistency.
hitting.
Look at that. In the last 12 games,
he's on a 6-game hitting streak.
Lighting it up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Still only 1 out. Well hit right field. Willingham has it, throws home, and the runner had nowhere to go. Chipper Jones came down the line a little bit. He couldn't get back to tag. Boy, that ball was hit hard.
Yeah, that was a laser to right field, and I don't think Chipper Jones, unless he was standing on the base when Willingham caught it, would have had a shot. But watch this. Chipper's first step. Towards home, he goes back.
That's a perfect play for an outfielder, Rob, because you have all your momentum coming forward.
But it was just such a laser beam, and Chipper knew that, okay, I'm a step behind where I should be. I better just stay here. Nice throw by Josh,
who's looking more comfortable in right field every day. Here's Casey Kochman. 2 walks, a hit. He's 1 for 2. This thing is still reasonable if Tavares can get 1 more out here.
You got to be careful. The one thing about Casey Kochman, he's a great contact guy. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs. but he usually puts the ball in play somewhere.
His walk was a killer last inning with 2 outs. And then the pinch hit by Brooks Conrad, the 3-run homer. Two and 0. David Ross is their backup catcher. Gregor Blanco on deck. And then Diori Hernandez, a young infielder. Willie Harris has it. The Nats are out of the inning. It could have been a lot worse. The Braves settle for 1. They've stranded 11 tonight. It's 9-6, bottom 8. Three 590-2311. How about a day-night doubleheader? Nats here at 1, Nats a little later. PotomacNationals.com for more details. Gregor Blanco will bat 9th and play right field. So the Atlanta pitcher is in the number 7 spot. This is Mike Gonzalez. We can tell he rocks back and forth. They were warming up O'Flaherty before, but now it's one of their closers. That indicates that Bobby Cox is probably going with Soriano in the 9th. Anderson Hernandez here for Willie Harris. If I saw Mike Gonzalez pitching to Kevin Youkilis, I don't know what I would do. You talk about 2 guys who
have some nervous
strange
ticks.
setups.
Yeah, they do. You've got some idiosyncrasies that just, you know, and then you got Matt Diaz, who stands straight up and down as a hitter. That caught the umpire, Mike Winters. Let's watch Mike rock in. Going to get his balance point. His foot on the third base side, but you see him rocking.
Man, that's slow.
Yeah, that is really smooth. But all of it is like the setup of a golfer. It's all to get you to that point, that balance point, which triggers, okay, now I can go into where I'm lifting up the leg, closing the gate, open up the hips, throw the baseball. It's like a little dance. The more you can repeat it, the more consistent you will be throwing strikes. I was going to bring that up before with George Sherrill, and Hall of Famer Jim Palmer made the comment that he changed just a couple of things in his delivery to tighten up that front side. And what he meant by that is just to stay closed a little bit longer. And Mike Gonzalez, the last time we saw him, was all over the place. So maybe he's done a few more of these little nervous tick things to help him.
Anderson Hernandez called out on a high breaking ball.
Mike's had a high strike zone all night.
Well, if you're sitting around on the bench, you have to know that.
This is the 41st appearance for Mike Gonzalez this year, and it's borderline strike, but it's been like that all night. It's been consistent by Mike Winters. 15 walks, 51 strikeouts in 38 innings. Now 38 in the third, 52 strikeouts. That bullpen, though, the Braves have done a great job. A 3.9 ERA combined.
Well, that's very respectable.
Yes, absolutely.
Austin Kearns as a pinch hitter, which is his role these days. 2 for 5 with a couple of RBIs on the year. With Niger Morgan here, even with Elijah Dukes gone, there's still very little room in this outfield. The way Willingham's going, and you have to have Adam Dunn in there every day.
Well, and tonight's performance by the Nationals bullpen will not help their earned run average. Right now it's at 5.7 coming into tonight.
What'd you say the Braves was?
3.9. So it's almost 2 runs worse in our bullpen.
Nationals down by 3, bottom of the 8th. Big crowd on hand for fireworks tonight. Somebody lit the fuse early.
I think those are some random firecrackers out there somewhere. I have noticed around the Virginia, DC, Maryland area, there's a lot of fireworks places.
Another called strikeout. Breaking ball to Hernandez. Fastball to Kearns. Bases empty, 2 outs. Niger Morgan coming up.
Well, Gonzalez has been around the strike zone. The 2 hitters he's faced, so knowing that as a hitter, you better be swinging if it's anything close.
Niger Morgan 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Morgan with Pittsburgh, 278 at bats, 49 strikeouts, 29 walks. The walks helped him to a .351 on base percentage. Well, he knows it's a high zone. He was trying to rip up there. High zones do not work well for the line drive speedy guys. Pirates now lead at Florida 7-2. And the Phillies at home lead the Mets by the same score. Both of those games in the 8th inning. And a 2-2 to Morgan. Swing and a miss. His second strikeout tonight. Niger Morgan 0 for 4. And Gonzalez strikes out the side. It all started with Adam Dunn leading off the third, number 299. Nats had the lead a couple of times in a tie game in the seventh. Brooks Conrad, first major league home run after Colomé had walked two. The big blow giving the Braves an 8-5 lead. It's now 9-6. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Anderson Hernandez stays into play second base. The new pitcher, the Nationals, count him, seventh of the night, Joe Beimel. Not a pretty pitching story tonight. Strike one to Gregor Blanco. Now playing right field. Blanco's 25 from Caracas, Venezuela. Hit .251 for the Braves last year. Signed at the age of 16. Joe Beimel rings him up. Nobody wants to swing anymore in this game. Some unaggressive at bats by both clubs here.
Well, Joe Beimel comes in throwing nothing but strikes, and Mike Winters is going to call it consistently both ways. Well, you cannot complain if you watched Mike Gonzalez strike out the side. At least Mike Winters has been consistent, and as a player, that's all you can ask from the umpires. That's his zone tonight. That's his zone. What did you say? He's got 20, 21 years in?
This is his 20th year.
Yeah, he's an excellent umpire. I used to throw, and he used to be behind the plate. I mean, he's very good at what he does.
Nate McLouth is 0 for 5 tonight. You would have liked your chances 2.5 hours ago if you knew this guy was not going to have a hit going into the ninth inning. He has one now. Josh Willingham over to cut it. He might be thinking two. He'll stay at first. Fourteen hits by the Braves tonight. Martin Prado has 3 of them. Nationals came into the night with a 5.21 team ERA. That's going to hop up some.
On the bright side, you haven't made an error tonight.
You know, I was just looking at that. Didn't know if I should jinx the defense by bringing that up or not.
Nah, come on.
Well, you're always accusing me of being the big jinx here.
That's what my job is, to accuse you of being the big jinxer. Jinxie.
I want to see your contract to see if that's in there.
Yeah, I did hear you say McLouth had been 0 for 5 when he got that single.
Okay, you got me.
Okay.
I'll shut up now.
Well, just keep doing what you do. Do that voodoo that you do.
I'm just really getting tired of calling other teams runs and hits. It's been a really tough week. There's another one heading for the gap. Niger's going to run it down. Morgan's got it. Hat falls off, throws it back in. His second great run of the night.
I thought that was his shoe. Ran out of his shoes. Wow.
That guy can cover some ground.
He's getting they're giving him the hand that he deserves.
You know what? He's 0 for 4, Rob. He has scored 1 run. He's taken away 2 or 3 others, maybe more.
That's just getting on your horse and getting after it right there.
He put the brakes on pretty quick, too. Got the pants legs pulled up. He looks like an old-time ball player out there. Uh-oh. That gets away. There's your error. And it should be on Beimel, unless they think Nick Johnson should have caught that ball. We'll probably wait for a replay to have a look. E on somebody.
Well, you know how I feel about that with 2 outs. You're down 3 runs throwing the ball around.
Preoccupied with the wrong thing?
Yeah, I mean, and Joe's a veteran.
Chipper Jones, 2 for 4 with a walk, couple of RBIs. Speaking of the home runs, the Braves, despite the fact that, and this is McLouth's averaged in, they've hit 69 home runs, 11th in the league, so they're not that far behind the Nats, who have 72. And Washington has a guy with 21, another with 13, Willingham with 9. They're going to go ahead and walk Chipper now. Counting the intentional walks, this will be the 8th of the night by the Nationals pitching staff. 3 intentional. They'll go lefty-lefty with Brian McCann. Soriano, if it stays a 3-run game for the save, and O'Flaherty if it becomes a non-save situation.
I think he's got the eye problem fixed.
Oh yeah,
or under control right now.
Anybody would have a hard time seeing the ability to hit that breaking ball, and it's 0-2 to Brian McCann. Reaching. In the bottom of the 9th, Nick Johnson will lead off for the Nationals, down 3. Then will come number 3 man Ryan Zimmerman. Hopefully they're both on base for the big home run. One, two, three. That's what you're looking for from your closer. Quick outs, no suspense. He has a tough part of the Nats order to face here in the ninth. Let's have a look at our fourth drive of the game. Rob, it came back in the bottom of the third. I think you know what we're talking about.
We're talking about Kawakami trying to throw a 91-mile-an-hour fastball away from Adam Dunn, and Adam says, "Not today, Kenshin." So Kawakami gives up his second home run to Adam Dunn this season. And number 299 for the big boy.
Nick Johnson tonight 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Nick is 3 for his last 32. Ryan Zimmerman's 1 for 4. Adam Dunn's been on base 3 times with 2 walks around the homer. Good running fastball, moving at 93. Overthrew that one, almost hit Nick Johnson. Last thing Nick needs is a fastball on the shin. And an important pitch here on 2-2. Fastball sails on him. Walks as good as a hit for the Nationals in terms of their leadoff man here. There's the leadoff walk. That ends the string of 1, 2, 3 innings at 4 appearances by Soriano. And now Ryan Zimmerman. Ryan with a scratch hit in front of Chipper Jones last time up. 1 for 4 tonight. And you might be more inclined to take a pitch or two here until Soriano can show you he can put the ball in the strike zone more than once. That's a slider. Great take by Ryan.
Well, I agree with you. It almost looks like Soriano. I mean, I already told you that Mike Gonzalez has been in 41 games so far this year. Soriano is recovering, coming back. This is his 38th game from that elbow surgery last season, where they took out his ulnar nerve and rerouted it in his elbow, so he might be a little bit stiff tonight.
Adam Dunn, the potential tying run in the on-deck circle. And he doesn't get the call. That's been a strike all night, but not now. 2 on, nobody out for Adam Dunn.
And Soriano's out on the mound with his hands on his hips. That's not going to help you get any more strikes from the umpires. That pitch is up.
Yeah, we know it's high, but all night it's been a strike. Here's Adam Dunn representing the tying run. He has walked, homered, struck out, and walked. You might call it a typical Adam Dunn night. Atlanta with the shift on. Around to the right in the outfield and very deep. Same pitch to Zimmerman, ball 4 is strike 1 to Adam Dunn. He is a little taller.
Throw that one again.
Tardy, strike 2. 96.
Still a little bit late on the swing.
Johnson at second, Zimmerman at first. And he takes the breaking ball. Thing about Adam Dunn, even when you get him 0-2,
still got a great batter's eye.
You'll have to throw 3 strikes to get him out.
Yep.
High in the air, left side. That'll be an infield fly. Finally comes down, and Chipper Jones has it for 1 out.
Let's give you the sequence, Bob, real quick here. Soriano is going to get behind him. Ahead of him. Strike 1, strike 2. Try with the slider, and then come back with a fastball up. 98. I think now Soriano is starting to loosen up, and there you see Chipper Jones with the Exmo.
You see the velocity of that ball coming down, how it took Chipper's arm and just moved it down? Those things. We were going to show the entire pop-up on our Exmo, but we don't have enough time. Here's Willingham. Josh been swinging the bat good. 1 for 3 with an RBI tonight. Boy, Soriano has suddenly found the upper part of that zone. He's not messing with anything at the knees right now. Isn't it funny how a couple of pitches just turned the whole inning around?
It's all mental with pitchers too, though. He may have felt real bad with the first couple of hitters. And all of a sudden, a couple of pitches back into the count with Adam Dunn, and hey, my arm doesn't feel that bad. And that 1-2 pitch to Dunn was 98.
Willingham has to protect now 0-2. Not easy to do. Same pitch he threw to Zimmerman. Yeah, he elevated that slider a bit.
He wanted it, but you know what? Maybe the hands on the hips after the Zimmerman walk cost him that strike. That's a good pitch. Ball 2.
You're up by 3. Do you throw one right over the plate here? Yes. And Josh able to foul it away. Nationals battling down to the final out here. In a ball game, they led 3-1. And 5. Tied at 5 in the 5th, coming from behind. And a 2-2 again. High gas, 2 outs. It's up to Christian Guzman. Soriano looking for his 24th major league save. Christian tonight 1 for 3, a base hit, a sac fly. Well, the Braves hitting .375. And the Nationals 250 with runners in scoring position tonight. The Braves have had 9 runs on 14 hits, and they've stranded 13 runners.
No, it's the bullpens, Bob. Their bullpen didn't walk anybody. Our bullpen walked 6. 4 of them scored.
Guzman down the line in right. Johnson will score. Zimmerman to third. Pat Listash will wave him home. It's 9-8.
Nice.
And in this case, walks nearly fatal to Soriano.
Yep. Until Soriano got in the game, their bullpen had not walked anybody. Here's that first pitch outside, second pitch up. He's got to come in 2-0, and he just throws a meat heater on the inner half, and Christian crushes it. We've talked about this all year, Bob, with Christian. In tight situations, and he knows he has to drive the ball in the gap. He has been fabulous.
Well, Manny wanted him having more ABs with guys on base. Bada bing, there it is. And he has a 2 for 4 night with 3 RBIs, 21 of them on the year. Rally cap, t-shirts and towels waving, and Josh Bard now a chance to tie the game. Maybe the Nats can make the Braves pay for stranding those 13 runners, even though they've scored 9. Bard 0 for 4 tonight with an RBI grounder. Right down the line, Casey Kochman to the pitcher. Game over. Well, Rob, 9-8. Certainly enough runs to win a ball game, but not when you pitch like the Nats did tonight.
No, as I said before, Bob, it was really a battle of the bullpens, and Soriano